Hi everyone, this is Amy. I am here at Hive80 and I have recruited a college girl to be with us today and talk about her use or past use, experience, etc. with Juul. We all know that Juul is a vaping product that has caused significant damage to the lungs of our kids and other folks that are using them, and even death. So I'd like to hear from our college friend on her thoughts about it.
I think the first time I used it was in high school. I was a junior in high school, and a group of seniors kind of befriended me, and they were using it, and one of them was like, hey, do you want to try it out? And you know, when you're a kid and like someone older is telling you to do something, you kind of just go, yeah, sure. And so I tried it out my first time, like junior year. Didn't really do it until I went to college, and then it was very prevalent and in your face. Always someone either would have one or be like, can I have one? It's always in the conversation. And so I ended up having like a slight addiction to it my freshman year of college. And then I used it less and less, but no, I didn't stop for a while until recently. And then one of my friends ended up going to the hospital. So as a group, we collectively decided to stop and hold ourselves accountable for all the problems and make sure that, like, you know, this doesn't happen to any of us again.
Wow. So you actually had a friend end up going to the hospital. Was this a lung injury caused by using Juul?
It definitely was like inflamed, and he went to the hospital because he was using Juul so much. But I will say he was like using 2 to 3 pods a day, which is quite a bit. Luckily, like none of the rest of my friends were using it that much, and so unfortunately, like he was the one who had to be the guinea pig for all of us to stop.
I also kind of feel like parents really don't think their kids are using it. Did your parents know that you were using the Juul?
No, they honestly still don't really even know. But yeah, I think a lot of parents, either they don't want to think about it, or I feel like some of them think, oh, it's not as bad as cigarettes. And so, you know, if you don't hear or smell your kid smoking a cigarette, what are you going to think? And because the flavors are so fruity and fresh, it's like, oh, it's just their deodorant or it's whatever. So you don't even notice that it's going on. But when you turn around, I've definitely done that where my parents turn around, I take a quick hit, and then I like ghost it. So it doesn't even blow up with smoke anymore.
So are you really still able to buy the fruity flavors around even though they have been banned?
Juul has taken a lot of their flavors out, but there are so many products out there, and what I've noticed and what I did was find different products, because there's a new brand now, Puff, which is like, I would say, the number one used, if not more than Juul was, and it has, I want to say, 30 flavors of different fruits and like nice sweet things. And so I know that I switched to that because it was honestly cheaper and easier to find, and then I know a lot of people are switching to them because they're cheaper and easy.
The focus right now obviously is on Juul, but I'm sure there are going to be different iterations of this that we're going to be challenged with following. So, back to the Juul again. So when you found out, freshman year, that you felt sort of addicted, and then your friend had this issue, were you guys really hooked? Is it easier for you to quit now, considering you have witnessed up close and personal a friend go through an injury with this?
I would say, personally, I was addicted, but I could go without it for a couple of days. But I knew people who couldn't really do that. Like, they would have to leave class to go hit it, or they would just like sit in the back and hit it because they couldn't handle being away from it for like an hour or two. Luckily, like, I never really got quite to that point, but seeing it happen like firsthand and seeing someone go into a hospital for something like this is kind of like traumatic and a scary thing to look at. So that's why my friends and I all kind of stopped doing it. And when someone has the urge to do it, we'll like text each other in a group chat, and we're like, don't do it, come on, we can stay strong, and we'll go get boba or something instead, so we don't have to think about it.
I think one of the scariest things that a lot of us are feeling is that we are seeing all this tragedy in the news and on TV, yet people are still vaping the Juul. And I am just perplexed as to why. It's not like with cigarettes, it may take you 30 years to get a disease. People are dying quickly. People are getting, permanent damaged lungs quickly. So, in your case, and I think that you said that you were 22, from your outlook, what will it take to get all these other people who may not have an experience that you've had with a close friend quit this? Or is that what it's really going to take? In your opinion, what can we do to make kids stop?
Truthfully, I don't think that I would have stopped or my friends would have stopped unless this experience happened where someone we knew went to the hospital. And as much as that sucks, I think that's kind of what is in everybody's head right now, that when you're young, you kind of think I'm invincible, nothing ever bad is going to happen to me. Or you see these stories and you think, okay, well, maybe she was smoking 3 pods a day and I'm only smoking a half of one, so it's not going to be me, but it could end up being you eventually, or however it is. And I remember back in the day, I would see those no smoking cigarette commercials where the lady was smoking a cigarette out of her throat, and those really scared me. And so I, growing up, was oh, I'm never gonna try cigarettes. But you don't see the commercials, or the anti-vaping commercials are not that expressive. They're just oh, you're gonna have to go sit outside for a while. Okay, no one's ever gonna, no one cares about that. And even seeing the stories in the news, I think a lot of people are just generally not even seeing them, because I feel people my age don't even watch TV anymore. Ads on Netflix aren't a thing, so why would I watch an ad or a commercial or news? Or on Twitter, it's made a joke, and so nobody even cares about it. So I don't know. I as sad as it sounds, I think the only way to change is having it firsthand, or seeing someone firsthand do it, or have that problem.
So I appreciate your honesty, and I think that Hive80 has a great platform where we are continuing to talk about this issue, and we will keep posting conversations, incentivizing others to quit and to help people quit. So thanks for being with us here today, and we really appreciate you taking the time to talk to us about a really serious issue.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for having me.
This has been a presentation of Hive80, who holds the copyright thereto. For more podcasts on this and other health-related topics, visit hive80.com.